He is Jalen Rose. I am David Jacoby. We are Jalen and Jacoby. What is it that we do?
We give the people what they want.
We have another duo that gives the people what they want coming on the show later. I am talking about the godfathers of the versus battle movement, Swizz Beatz, Timberland, joining us in a moment. But first, we have to preview two conference championship games on Sunday. We start with the 3 o'clock game on Sunday, the NFC Championship game between two legendary quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Let's first start with Rodgers. What do you expect from the leader of the pack?
I expect Aaron Rodgers to send a message. That's what I expect. He knows that everybody considers Tom Brady the GOAT, not necessarily because he's more talented. It's because he has more rings. He knows people consider Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the game. They do commercials together. He's here to upset the apple cart and remind us of his greatness. That's why he's going to win MVP, because all of the things that Patrick Mahomes is doing right now, throwing sidearms and outside of the pocket, making defenses look crazy, Aaron Rodgers been doing that. He's out to prove it this weekend.
He's been doing that since Mahomes was in high school, and this is going to be a big game for Rodgers. But you've been on this narrative all season long. Ever since they drafted Jordan Love, you've been saying everybody says that Aaron Rodgers need more weapons, but he just so happens to have two of the best weapons in the entire league. Who are we talking about?
Well, because the media get lazy. Like, you don't want to watch all of the Packers games, and you want to give Rodgers all of the credit when they lose and then blame his supporting cast when they give Rodgers all the credit when they win and blame his supporting cast when they lose. And those people must not be paying attention that Devontae Adams is one of the top receivers in the entire NFL. Aaron Jones is one of the best running backs in the NFL. Matt LaFleur, their head coach, is one of the best offensive minds in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers has that. And you know what else Green Bay has? A backup quarterback. Because you might need it when you have an older guy that might get injured. Things happen in the NFL season. We saw Philadelphia win the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. So therefore, if you're the Packers, you made sure that you got cover in case something happens to Aaron Rodgers.
Now, of course, we have to talk about Tom Brady, and I do want to talk about Tom Brady. I want to point something out about Tom Brady's performance. There's two different Tom Bradys leading this Tampa Bay offense. There is the Tom Brady when he gets pressure and the Tom Brady when he doesn't. Look at the difference in his performance in the wins versus the losses. Look at the pressure percentage, okay? When you keep him without getting pressured, 14%, they win. But when they get up to 27%, they lose. There's two different Tom Bradys in this game. However, I think that this offensive line for the Bucs will keep Tom clean and allow him to operate. Do you think that Green Bay can get at Tampa Bay Tom?
I think that's the job. And the beautiful thing about knowing that Tom Brady's gonna be playing quarterback is you know where he'll be, in the pocket. You ain't got to worry about him scrambling. You ain't got to worry about him bootlegging. You ain't got to worry about running. The only thing you got to worry about him doing is a goal line sneak. Other than that, it's picking you apart. But the problems for the defense is they got weapons on weapons on weapons. He went there to play with Evans and Godwin, and then they picked up Gronk. Then they picked up Fournette. And then they picked up AB, who's currently questionable. So Tampa Tom has the opportunity to do something extremely special. Lift the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the Super Bowl.
You know what? This isn't the only Battle of the Bay that we've had this winter. Of course, I have to give a nod to E40 and Too Short and their versus battle. Don't forget, we have Timberland Swizz Beatz coming on later in the show. Well, another team that has a lot of weapons. Oh, I don't know, not just Tampa Bay. Oh, the Kansas City Chiefs. We know Mahomes is going to play. But who does he have to throw the ball to?
Where Mahomes is?
Where they at?
In fast forward, you see Tyreek Hill, the cheetah out there. In fast forward, you see Travis Kelce amongst the league leaders in yards, They're always getting touchdowns. I'm not even talking about the other weapons they have like Hardman and Watkins, and in the backfield, the rookie Clyde. They even have Le'Veon Bell. If Mahomes is healthy, Jacoby, you probably won't have to worry about jumping through the table because you bet if the Buffalo Bills won that you would do so. But I can't front. I'd rather see you jump through a table.
Well, Mahomes is not going to be 100%. Like, we have the concussion protocol, which we know he's going to get through, but that toe is a big deal. His left toe seems to have like a turf toe issue. He won't be at 100%, but Mahomes has done magical things his entire career. But when we talk about weapons and people to throw to, everybody talks about Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs has had an amazing career, arguably the best receiver production in the league this year. However, he's got other players to throw to. That's John Brown right there. Knox, the tight end. He's got Cole Beasley, who just seems to always be open. This isn't a Stephon Diggs or bust sort of an offense. And one thing about Brian Dable, he ain't run the ball. He doesn't run the ball. He's like, you know what? We can't run the ball. I'm not going to try. I'm not even going to try. So if they can spread the ball around and move the ball, even in a shootout or not a shootout, I still believe the Bills will win this game, and I will jump through a table when they do. The Bills are winning on Sunday, and I'm going to jump through a table on Monday. Stay tuned for that. What's wrong, Mr. Rose?
The only thing is you said that they don't run the ball. And if you're going to beat Mahomes and KC, that's kind of the formula. Ball control, run the clock, and get some yards from your running backs. To not run the football basically the entire first half, that doesn't bode well for a team that's going to be playing without Moss this weekend.
Well, the Chiefs have a defender that just seems to be everywhere. You try to run to the edge, he's standing there. You try to throw, he's knocking the ball down. What defender am I talking about?
You know I have my guys in sports, and I know we're supposed to be objective, but I remember when he was balling at LSU, and he was a Heisman Trophy candidate, and then he had some personal issues, made some bad decisions, and reinvented himself. And you look back at the footage all of the time of this show, I'm like, the honey badger, the honey badger, the honey badger. I even gave him props for people taking his haircut because the dude is physical. You know how much I love defensive backs? He plays like a safety, he can cover like a corner, he hits like a linebacker, and he can rush the passer. And he makes winning plays. See, some guys cause a fumble, some guys get an interception. It seems like he does it when it matters the most. So that's the guy your Buffalo Bills better be paying attention to this weekend.
You know when the ball carrier goes down, the camera seems to like tighten up a little bit. Number 32 is in the shot, whether it's 5 yards in the backfield or 50 yards downfield. Number 32 is in that frame every single time the ball carrier goes down on the other offense. He is an absolute monster back there, and would expect him to have a big impact this weekend in the AFC Championship game. Big game between two great teams in both of these conference championships. We had a big game between two great teams last night in the NBA when the Bucks and the Lakers faced off. It was the Lakers and LeBron getting the win. What do you take away from this matchup?
I took away LeBron's season high and how last season the Bucks were the favorites to win the East, and they got upset with the back-to-back MVP and Giannis. Now they seem further, not closer, to winning the East. Now that you see what's happening with the Nets as they add James Harden to go with KD and Kyrie. And so LeBron James, to me, it seemed like he was trying to put a nail in their coffin. It was like, I remember y'all used to be contenders, and I saw Morris trying to get guys not to shake hands at the end of the game, trying to be old school. And I'm looking at the TV like, dog, it don't work like that. AD went right over there to his brother, Drew. You got Antetokounmpo brothers playing on both teams. I know what you was trying to do, but you just can't do it in today's game, dog.
That's fair. He's like the guy they're putting in mid-court for the COVID protocol. Morris like, COVID. No, we can't shake hands. COVID. I know it's your brother, but COVID. LeBron James didn't just do it with passing the ball and the assist. He didn't just do it with scoring in the clutch. He was 6 for 10 from three. And also, KCP was 7 for 10 from three. See, LeBron had contested threes. KCP had wide open threes. He's really unlocked this part of his game, Jalen. What do you think he will continue to develop this three-point and add that to his arsenal, that little sidestep one that he has?
It's all about rhythm. And here's the thing. LeBron James is virtually unguardable, but players like me, be a bug on a windshield, like today, Kobe Bryant's 81 game anniversary. You get a chance to go against these great players. So here's one thing that I want to show you. Play that LeBron James highlight again. If you're coaching against him, here's what you got to do. You got to get up on that right foot when he do that right dribble. Because he does like this uncomfortable step with his right foot that you got to be up on that and force him now to be a driver. Look at his final step.